Here is a fun little co-situation that I spotted in a game I was spectating on GoQuest. We're basically at the end of the game. Black has to defend here on the lower side and fight this co in the top right to have any chance of winning the game. Obviously, if Black defends the top instead, this is just not even a co, just losing. So Black's best chance is to connect here. But then the question is, can Black actually win this co? And at first glance, it may seem like no, Black doesn't have enough threats, because if we play it out, we see White takes once, Black has one co threat here. This is a clear threat, because if White finishes the co, Black gets to kill all these stones. That's big enough. White has to respond. Black takes back. But now White has a local co threat. White can go out here once. And after Black responds to this, now Black doesn't have any co threat left. Unfortunately, going down here is not a threat. White can simply finish the co. And even though White locally doesn't have two eyes with this group, when Black plays here, Black can never approach on a9, so there's nothing for Black. So this is losing, but something we can notice here is that at this time when Black is missing a co-threat, if Black by some magic had earlier exchanged basically A for B here, so if Black can get this exchange in at some point earlier, then Black would have had a co-threat here or here. So we can now go back and we can think about, for instance, maybe even connecting here was a mistake. Maybe Black should have gone down here now, because at this time this is clearly Sante. White is not going to do this and allow Black to take these, and also White cannot cut here, because now White doesn't have the chance to play b9, White has to take, then everything dies. So with this timing, Black can do this exchange and White has to respond. Now Black comes back, White starts the co, we have the same thing as before, Black has this co-threat, White has this local co-threat, but now Black has one extra co-threat and can win the co. So that's one way to win this game as Black. But actually, this wasn't the last chance. Black still has a chance here. Black can play here, and then there is one timing left to play the exchange, and it's very difficult. You can't do it now, because now it's still the same problem, there's nothing here. The only time you can do it is after playing this co-threat, and now when White extends here. Now you can extend here, because no matter what White does now on this side, everything is going to die. So let's first look at options on the right side and then think about, then we'll see that White has to come back to b8. So White basically has two choices. White can either Atari like this, then it's very clear, we just Atari, Atari, and it's now 2 liberties for White versus 3 for Black, so this is winning. Or a little bit sneakier, maybe White can take the co, but then again Black can play here, and White cannot play here because when Black takes the co now, White doesn't have a co threat, and everything will die. And if White takes here, well then it's the same as before. Or connects here. Well, if White connects here, then you should be careful not to come from this side. It's the same problem as before. Black cannot approach from the corner, but instead you should come here. And now there's no way for White to gain enough liberties here on the side. So this means that if Black chooses this timing to play b7, White has to respond here. Now Black can play here. Black has this extra threat and can win the co and win the game. So I thought that was really interesting how there's only one correct timing. Well, unless you played it earlier. You could have done it earlier. But if you connect here now and you still want the game, you need to play b7 only, let's see it one more time, at this precise move is the only chance to get this exchange in and to win the co. Hope you found this interesting. See you in the next video.